Hello, and welcome to Create, Connect, Communicate, the EMG Podcast. My name is Michelle Ponto, and I'm the Communication Strategy here at EMG. With in-person exhibits still postponed and B2B buyers gathering product information through more online outlets than ever before, many companies are looking for new ways to communicate digitally and convert their visitors into leads. This is why today we have Andries van Oers with us here as our podcast guest. Andries has an extensive background in conversion-driven marketing tactics and is the CEO of Nymark Agency, which is one of the partners we work with at EMG when developing specialty websites and digital tools designed for online growth and lead conversion. Welcome to our podcast today, Andries.
Hi, Michelle. Thanks for inviting me.
We're so glad to have you here. We're getting so many questions on conversion these days, just the way the situation has changed and how people need to connect more digitally and communicate better. At Nymark, I know you work with companies on their digital growth strategies. What does that mean exactly?
Nymark means new ground in several Scandinavian languages. We develop digital growth strategies for B2B companies in smart industries, energy, education, three areas where you find complex growth challenges, and we like a complex puzzle at Nymark. Our customers have noticed that the playing field has changed rapidly, and their audience as well. They need to innovate their growth strategy, digitize it, and that's no easy task if you have standard working methods, etc. So we help them with that transition.
What does that mean exactly when you're transferring or growing their digital growth strategy? Is that only the website, or is it more complex than that?
Yeah, so our customers usually have a traditional approach in marketing and sales and service. They also use or work in a linear way. They call that the silo mentality. You've heard of it, of course. And there's no consultation between departments. So we developed a 5-step program to build their strategy, but also to integrate or implement an integrated way of working. Less silos, tearing down those silos, and start using all the knowledge that there is in the organization.
So what you would do is not just what the external customer sees, that's part of it, but also changing how people work internally so that the growth strategy becomes not just something the marketing department does, but it brings in the sales department, maybe the IT department, and different areas together.
Yeah, exactly. The reason why is that the customer journey, attracting new leads, engaging and delighting customers all takes place digitally, especially in our field, the B2B smart industries, for example. So everyone from every department is important in that process. And if you connect those people to each other, then good things can happen. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about how this funnel has changed. And I know it's even changed a lot in the last 9 months because everyone is getting a lot more information online. Where are they getting it from? Are they only getting information from the B2B corporate website, or are they gathering information from other areas? And this is why it's important to make sure the sales team is involved and other parts of the company are involved.
Yeah, we have a lot of touch points in the customer journey that are visible right now and which weren't visible a few decades ago. So you have influencers, you have social communities, your prospects show behavior in those areas as well. I think it's very important to connect that into your complete marketing environment, to see that as one big ecosystem where you have to be relevant for your clients. Yeah.
Okay. You talked a little bit about the touch points, and I know with a lot of B2B clients, they created their websites a few years ago, and a lot of the content is static content. But I suspect with the touch points, things need to be a little bit more dynamic. What kind of information are B2B customers looking for that might not be provided on a static website?
Yeah, I think there was a big shift from talking about the products, your products, to talking about the challenges of your customers. So a lot more problem solving, content marketing, what's called content marketing all about, of course, providing help, providing tips and tricks, but also in-depth content to help your clients make the right choice.
We talked a little bit about the touch points. Can you give me an example of one of the clients that you have worked with where you have really helped them with their digital growth and where they have seen results and what you did to get these results for them?
Yeah, so we did an assignment for Ajibu. It's a B2B company in Holland that develops commodity trading software and risk management software. They have a small target group all over the world. Decision-making processes are long. Decision-making units are quite large, different levels. The investments are quite large, but also there's a lot to gain for their clients. It's a niche product and you want to target your audience in the very first steps of the orientation and be their authority on solving their organizational challenges. Yeah, what we do is we developed our own 5-step program in which we get to know Ajibu and what challenges they are challenging. And Ajibu just wanted more quality leads, higher conversion rates, and much less handling time. The biggest gain for our clients in B2B is the time saving. So they can put that time into innovating their business instead of handling all the leads, not qualified, not sure if they are worth something. Yeah, we created the buyer personas that are fictive representations of the target group. So your target group comes to life. We market analysis, developed a new brand identity, developed a website, built a customer journey, implemented HubSpot as a marketing automation tool, and proceeded to execution like marketing automation, content marketing. So it's a program to not only build their strategy, but also go into execution. Yeah.
You talked a lot that one of the big important things with this client, and I know it's with our clients too, is the time saving.
Yeah.
How is this 5-step process that you put together for them really help narrow down those leads and save time so that they're only focusing on the really quality leads?
The program is all about digitizing their marketing and sales policy and organization. If you look at, for example, HubSpot, your marketing automation, which can qualify leads, which can convert traffic into leads, convert leads also in sales qualified leads. So the CCO of Ajibu can get in touch with them. Of course, still an important process of the sales is done personally. It is too complex to do that all with automation, but a lot of time is saved because the first steps of attracting and engaging with new leads is done automatically.
Okay. What would you say is the biggest mistake that you see B2B companies doing when trying to convert leads or trying to get their message across digitally, obviously before they come to you? What do you see as that, oh, these guys are making that same mistake they all make? What is that big mistake?
Yeah, good question. I think, and there are a few reports lately about that as well. I think marketeers feel the need for more consistency in their marketing, and that starts with a proper strategy. And the biggest mistake you can make, I think, when digitizing, for example, your marketing and sales is to go digitizing immediate and forget that you have to create a good basis, a proper strategy to hold on to and to evaluate. And I think strategy is becoming more and more important if you have an integrated way of working, if your whole organization must be connected to it and feel part of it. So I think that is one of the biggest mistakes we all make, going into execution without strategy.
Yeah, we see that often with some of our clients as well. It's It's like, okay, let's just start with the easy thing. So they just start pumping temps out on social media, but they forgot that there's nothing left on the website if people actually come into it. So
yeah, quick win.
Yeah, it's not always as effective as they want, and then they get frustrated because they spent time and money and they can't show any results.
Exactly.
Which brings me into my next question. How do you show results? I know there's getting leads or leads conversion is not just page views and Google Analytics. There's a lot more to it. What do you use and what kind of data is important?
So we use HubSpot as a marketing technology, and their technology is based on marketing, sales, and service, and it's all connected. I think in the way we build our strategies, one tool isn't enough, but one thing is very important, and that is a centralized CRM. So where marketing and sales and service are connected to. HubSpot, for example, you have thousands of integrations. You can connect SEMrush for SEO purposes, media monitoring tools like OB41 and Google Analytics of course, but also your social channels and all the analytics you gain there. You can send to your centralized CRM in HubSpot. And that is, of course, very important that if you are looking at one specific lead and he becomes a sales qualified lead, then you know all the history, not only from your website, but also from your social channels and what they searched on Google, etc. So that is what we are aiming for our clients. Yeah.
Okay, so you pull together information from different places to create actually the real story behind this potential lead.
Yeah.
So it's not just they filled out a form and now they're a lead. It's, no, they've been coming to you for a little while. This is what they're looking at. These are the search terms. So that means that could be their challenges that we need to come back to them with. So it's a complete full picture of what this lead is looking for.
Yeah, and for example, marketing automation, you can interact based on the previous action of your client. So it's also a way of qualifying your leads. If you feel that they are more interesting or you have a challenge, is your product okay for me in terms of return on investment? Then you can send them content to show that it is. Or if they have issues with implementing, then you can talk about that with your future clients.
Okay. I have one more question for you. You mentioned a couple times through our conversation today about the 5-step process. That seems to be one of the secrets to success at Nymark Agency. What is the 5-step process?
Yeah, you can find it on our website under Discover. It's more or less the backbone of our organization. From getting to know each other to strategy to development and implementing HubSpot to execution, and the last step is optimization. And we have a really rich palette of services and disciplines. We sometimes are working on one assignment with 20 people, from content marketing to marketing automation, SEO specialists. And if you standardize some parts and really get familiar with it and know how to use it to make, for example, a customer journey really effective in your organization, is really hard to do. So if we are learning in those steps to do it properly, then I think we can help our clients in an effective way. The process is really good in efficiency. Yeah.
Okay, well, it sounds like it's very effective. And I guess people shouldn't skip from step 1 to step 5. It is a process to go through and do each step to learn exactly what each objective is, who that customer persona is, that journey, everything, so that it all becomes in place. And also, I think it takes time to get an organization on board. If you're breaking down the silos and bringing other people in, the conversations need to be shared. So it's not just marketing saying, this is what we've discovered in our steps. We're going to do it. Please say yes, and that's it. So it's getting people on board, and the steps help bring everyone together.
Yeah. We started to say no to clients that want to go really fast and do not the proper orientation or looking at the market or their target group. We help clients that are there for the long term. We build strategies for 5 years, for example. And that's with a reason, good reason, we think. Yeah.
The strategies, because everything changes so quickly. I know you said you can build them for as long as 5 years, but they're flexible within the 5 years based on, because you're always tracking the results. You're always bringing back here's where the customer is, here's where the journey is changing. So it's an ongoing strategy. Is that how it kind of works?
Yeah, we are in some areas where you must be flexible, like smart industries. Sometimes you get from a startup to scale up and the whole situation changes. Most of the time there's an international aspect to it. So going to other countries, other cultures really has an impact on your strategy, of course. But build it flexible, build it properly means you can adjust and adapt when needed.
Okay, well, thank you, Andries, for joining us. That's all the time we have for today. And for those of you listening, don't forget to visit the Nymark agency website or follow them on LinkedIn for the latest news and to learn a little bit more about their processes and even some of the clients they worked with in the past. And if you have any questions on conversion-driven marketing tactics or want to learn more about digital growth strategies, feel free to reach out to Andries or myself through our LinkedIn profiles, and we'll try to answer the questions as best as we can. We hope you enjoyed today's podcast, and thank you, Andries, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you too.